Tracy Martin.
Mr Speaker, thank you. New Zealand First would also like to express its concern at this exceptionally shortened period of report back. I sit on the Education and Science Select Committee, and while I may or may not accept the statements that the committee is not busy, it is a very collaborative committee that takes its work very seriously. It currently is working on digital literacy and digital literacy inquiry, of which there was well over 40 submissions, with 2 days of oral submissions that must be considered as we come to a report for this House. It has also, just yesterday, started an inquiry on Pacifica languages and their place inside early childhood education. This is a serious matter. We had at least 20 submitters orally submit to us yesterday. We have another day of oral submissions. Unless the government is suggesting that we rubber stamp this bill, considering that they have already formed an establishment board, unfortunately that is where my mind is going to, and I do not believe that the Education and Science Select Committee is a group of people who choose to rubber stamp legislation for the benefit of a government who wants to rush things through. New Zealand First has also already stated today that we are not sure, not confident that this bill achieves what the government says it is trying to do. Therefore, we would welcome the opportunity for the people of New Zealand, for the scientists of New Zealand, to have the appropriate amount of time to gather their thoughts about this bill. There is wishy-washy information available about how things are actually going to work in it. To gather their thoughts about this bill, put it into the appropriate written submission form to send to the committee, to have the opportunity to take leave from their places of employment, to book in to see and speak to the committee in the usual timeline. Sir, I do not understand. We strongly object. This committee does good work. I do not want, and I'm sure the other members of my committee do not want to be seen as rushing through legislation because it's convenient to us or anybody else. I ask that the government reconsider and give us the appropriate amount of time to let the people of New Zealand participate in what is an internationally recognised process where the people can speak to their politicians about legislation. I seek that from this government.
The question.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. The previous speaker finished.